So you're studying Italian or Spanish or Portuguese, German, Romanian, I don't know, and you'd like your R to have that characteristic trill, like or maybe you're not studying any of those languages and just you'd like your R to sound like that for pure satisfaction, personal satisfaction, just being able to do it, or maybe some sort of a rhetorical effect. All rise, here comes the president. I don't know, something like that. But you can't do it. Your R sounds flat. That's what we call in Italian R moscia, moscia meaning limp. I'm Jacopo Paoloni, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to turn your R from something like this, il presidente, or maybe from the back of your throat, il presidente, le président, huh? To something like this, il presidente, el presidente. I'm going to give you a series of exercises that you can do over the next 4 or 5 days, maybe a week, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 months, maybe 6 months, as long as it takes for your R's to get rolling. But how do I guarantee that these exercises will work for you? Well, I'm not going to guarantee a thing. It all depends on how much work you're willing to put into it. What I'm trying to say is, how do I guarantee that these exercises are effective? Well, I'm the poster boy for all this because guess what? I wasn't able to roll my R's well into my 20s. Let me give you a little bit of a personal background before we get to it, but first, do not forget that not being able to roll your R's does not impact the meaning of the words you decide to use, for most languages anyway. It might, however, impact clarity of speech, and that's where my personal story comes in. When I was younger, I used to be an actor. I had no talent, that's why I'm not an actor anymore. But I used to do a lot of stage work in English and Italian. In Italian, my flat R's, my limp R's were never a problem until that one day, and I remember exactly the moment when I thought, I gotta do something about this. I was on stage alone and I was supposed to address the audience with this one word repeated multiple times back to back. The word was correre. Correre in Italian. See where I'm going with this? I wasn't able to roll my R's, and so whatever came out of my mouth sounded like correre, correre, correre. I don't know if the audience could understand what I was saying, but I felt pretty bad about it. I felt like I sounded like Donald Duck, and I didn't like it. So I went to a speech therapist, and she gave me some exercises that I did relentlessly. It took me 4 months to be able to roll my R for the first time in my life. Then it took me about a year to adjust it and make it sound natural in my speech. It is nothing short of a labor of love, and that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You want to roll your R's, roll up your sleeves, and let's go with the first exercise. We need to activate the tip of your tongue because that's the part of your tongue that's involved in producing that trill by hitting very quickly the back of the upper ridge of your teeth. This one. So, that's exactly what happens. So, your tongue and the tip of your tongue is kind of deconditioned, and we need to address that. So, here comes exercise number 1. Exercise number 1, I want you to repeat the sound L multiple times by holding your jaw perfectly still. I don't want your jaw to go up and down like when we talk normally. No, you hold it perfectly still, using your hands if necessary, and it should sound something like this. L, 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 L. So when you do that, you make sure that the tip of your tongue is the only part of your tongue that's involved in the exercise. Not the back of your tongue, not the sides of your tongue. And talking about the sides, you will feel at some point that there's something going on at the sides. Something like bubbling up or whatever, maybe saliva gets involved. You have to prevent that. The tip of your tongue is the only one part of your tongue that's involved in the exercise, and you want to focus on that. So let me try again. L, 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 L. L, 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 L. Initially, you don't need to go too fast, no rush. You're going to be doing this exercise for quite a bit. Number 2. When you got used to it a little bit, you do the same with the sound T. T, T, T. T, 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 t. After a little bit, you can go a little faster. T, 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 t. As you go faster, you'll see that something's going on at the sides of your tongue, and what we discussed before, you want to prevent that. After the T, you can do something with the sound D. D, 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 D. These are all exercises that, as you can feel, involve the tip of your tongue. At this point, it can involve vowel sounds, but still without moving your jaw. So, la, 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 da, 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 ta, 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 ta. TLa. So TLa. Again, without moving your jaw. And it sounds like this. TLa, 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 TLa. You start slowly first, and then you increase the pace when you're ready. TLa, 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 TLa. Now, even more than before, there might be something going on at the sides. You must prevent that. Okay? The tip of your tongue is the only one involved. And if that means you need to slow down a little bit, then slow down. Tla, 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 tla. Then you do the same with D. Dla, 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 dla. Now we're introducing the R sound for the first time in combination with the consonants T, D, and the vowels A, and maybe A, E as you progress. And you'll see it's much harder with the vowels A and the vowels E for whatever reason. So let's try it. Tra, 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 dra, dra, dra. Now, of course, it's hard for me to fake a flat R because I don't have it anymore, but you'll do it. And this is where you're going to feel the most embarrassed about the whole thing. But it doesn't matter, because no one can hear you. You'll do it in some place that's private and secluded, and you'll be resilient, and you'll be able to make it. Tre, 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 dre, 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 tri, 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 dri, dri, dri. The R sound in combination with the E vowel sound is the hardest for me, either before or after the R. It's very hard. I feel very deficient and insufficient about it. As a last exercise, you're introducing the consonants F and P. And you're going to do something like this. Fra, 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 pra, 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 pra. Of course, you can't hold your jaw firm anymore because of the sound of the nature of these sounds. And it's very interesting because you'll see that soon enough, you'll see that the F and P consonants are the ones that will help you jumpstart the trill in your R. And as a matter of fact, it's very likely that the first time you can roll your R will be thanks to the F or P consonant sound. There you go. I deserve a sip at this point. My coffee's turned cold by now. I hope I didn't forget anything. But thank you for watching my video. I hope you found this useful. And if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and giving me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment in the comment section. I want to know what your experience is. If you were successful, I want to know all about it. And if you weren't successful, leave a comment anyway. We'll figure something else out. Thank you for watching.